Actually speaking, Krishna and Arjun are not separate. Arjun is the illusioned and confused mind, Krishna is the center of that mind. That is the relationship between Krishna and Arjun. Krishna is the heart of Arjun. That within you, which already knows, is Krishna.
Acharya Prashant is a powerful voice of social spiritual awakening in today's world. He is the author of over 80 books, including the national bestseller Karma, Why Everything You Know About It Is Wrong, an alumnus of IIT Delhi, IIM Ahmedabad, and a former civil service officer. He is an exponent of pure Vedantic wisdom, a vocal warrior against superstition and inner weakness, a promulgator of pure spiritual veganism, and an expounder of essential human freedom. I would like to welcome Acharya Prashant to BITS Pilani Hyderabad campus.
Thank you.
Hello, sir. I am Devansh, and I am a student in Electronics and Instrumentation Department. So, sir, my question is regarding the movie Three Idiots. Everyone of us has seen the movie, and in that movie, it was shown that we should rely on practical knowledge instead of the book knowledge. But one cannot understand everything practically until and unless they have a basic theoretical knowledge. So, what should be the ratio of book knowledge to practical knowledge for the best understanding of any subject or anything?
These two obviously have to go together. There is an unfortunate tendency, especially in our country, to berate, underestimate, and sometimes make fun of institutionalized knowledge, academic knowledge contained in books. In fact, I do not quite understand how there can be some kind of knowledge that is not contained in books. As if the books contain falseness or incomplete information or data or knowledge, and by doing things practically, one would know of what is missing in the books. This is quite strange. I understand there might be badly written books, and when you have a badly written book, then it is possible that the knowledge it has does not serve its purpose. But to say that the stuff contained in books does not deeply apply to the so-called practical world, and the ones who live with books, are fond of books, go deeply into books, are just bookworms, is to betray both ignorance and probably malicious intent. You see, it requires a lot of patience, application, and attention to learn from a book. I am not talking of rote learning. I am not talking of parrot-like memorization. I am talking of actually learning from books. And books, since the dawn of history, have been probably the most potent vehicle in the conveyance and dissemination of knowledge. So, it is all right if a pop movie totally underrates and underestimates the importance of books, but that's not what reality is like. There are many fields of, let's say, theoretical physics or mathematics, where there can be nothing like practice or practicality, where the entire stuff is bound to be merely theoretical, but very useful, theoretical but very applicable. Now, how will you say that you don't want to learn from books and you just want to have practical knowledge? If I am talking of quarks and bosons and string theory, how exactly are you going to put practice over book knowledge? Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
So, when I talked of malicious intents, you see, when the intent is to not put in that kind of work and concentration into books, then it becomes quite tempting and facile to simply make fun of books. And the proportion of people who are not very fond of knowledge is always very high. They will greatly outnumber those who can put in the hours, the attention that is needed to humbly learn and absorb from a book. And if there is a movie, obviously the producer, the financer, they are looking for numbers, right? If you produce a movie that venerates books, it's not going to gross you the revenue that you expect. Your desire regarding box office collections cannot come fulfilled from a right movie. So then there is this trend, and it's not a new trend, it's been there since long, to, for example, extol somebody who has, let's say, a CGPA of 5, and you will have pop literature coming of that kind. A fellow who has a 3-point CGPA, 4-point CGPA is actually the real stud, and the ones who work and exert themselves as per the system, they are just fools, dull, boring idiots, uninspiring bookworms. It sells. In no way am I saying that practice of learned concepts in the material world is unnecessary or secondary. I opened my reply with the clear acceptance that the classroom, the library and the laboratory plus field work have to go together. So these have to go together, but I just do not see the point in being in a chemistry lab without knowing what the compounds are like. You first of all have to be with the books, only then the laboratory can be of some use to you. You can go to your computer lab and you don't know a thing about coding. What will you do there? What will you type on the machine? You have not learned coding at all, and coding you can learn only through books. I would be very eager to understand how one can simply hit the field and learn coding on the job. You have to master some language, C++, Java, whatever is the language you are looking for. Show me how you can do it without a book. Books are very, very important. The more you think about it, the more you will realize that we have not been as respectful to books as we need to be. We have not given knowledge its due place and due attention and due respect, right? So equally I accept that if we look at, for example, the Indian education system, there are a lot of people who will do very well in the exams, but when they go to their jobs, they don't seem to be able to perform at all. That's not the fault of the concept of the book per se. That is really the problem with a badly executed examination system, teaching system, the evaluation, the expectation of the teachers, and obviously, as we had said, the problem lies with badly written books. So the book itself is written in a way that it does not encourage the student to go deep into itself, that the book itself is nudging the student to just remain superficial and just cram the sentences or the numbers and secure the grades. And the book and the assessment system are hand in glove in discouraging real immersion into knowledge. That's what we see, especially in India. But let's not put the blame on books. Books are great, books are important. We require lots and lots of people, especially youngsters, to have love for books, and not only academic books, but books pertaining to all dimensions of life, all areas, all fields, all places. Behind this ill-informed contempt for books, if you will see, probably lies a deeper contempt for knowledge itself. What we are saying is, knowledge is not important, being street smart is more important. And that's a very dangerous thing to say. Very, very dangerous thing to say. Tell me, you talked of that movie. How could that movie have been made without the knowledge that comes from books? Show me how the theater can be erected, show me how the camera can be made, show me how all the processing equipment can be made without the aid of books. It is from books that all those things arise, not from general street smartness. And this idea is gripping especially your generation in a vice-like way, that knowledge is of very little use. You need to have the worldly smarts. Those smarts can't help you beyond a point. Having a strong academic theoretical foundation is of supreme value. Even the smartest of mechanics cannot outsmart an engineer. And even the smartest of engineers cannot outsmart a researcher. Are you getting it? So, please, let's all have deep respect for knowledge, and books are important because they carry knowledge. And let not this dangerous and shallow idea about practicality influence us too much. The ones who work in laboratories, in research labs for example, are very, very knowledgeable people. Even practical experiments cannot be conducted except on a solid foundation of knowledge. You cannot just walk into a lab like a novice and say, now I learn from here. That's not the way it can work. If you want to contrast the fellow in the library against the fellow in the laboratory, remember the fellow in the laboratory has first of all already spent a lot of time in the library. Without spending time in the library, you cannot even enter the laboratory. What will you do there? These two go hand in hand, and out of these two, to a student, the library, the classroom, and the books come first. So let not Three Idiots or some other movie of that kind delude you. Anything more you want to investigate on this?
Yes, sir. I have a follow-up question to this.
Sure.
Related to the same movie, Three Idiots, that it built a false perception. I would justify why I calling it false. The perception about college life that everything is chill, everyone is full of enthusiasm, and a different kind of scenario. But at present, when students are at the campus, they are missing those things, which is bringing anxiety to them. So that's why I'm calling it as a false perception. So how to deal with this thing? Because they have already imagined a lot about college and for a long, long time. And now when it is breaking, they are not able to handle it.
No, I'm not getting it. You're talking about your college campus?
No, sir, in general.
In general, yes, what is happening?
In general, it is happening that everyone has seen Three Idiots. They built a perception of college life.
Okay.
That it would be great, it would be full of enthusiasm and a lot of activities, which when they reach campus, they are not able to find it.
But the campus is most definitely a fun place, is it not?
Yes.
It's just that the way the campus is actually an interesting place does not tally with the cinematic image of the campus that you have absorbed from movies like these. You come to the campus thinking that the campus will be a place like the one shown in the movie. The campus is actually a very good place to be in, but not in the way the movie has portrayed. If you belong to a good campus, there are all kinds of sporting facilities. For self-development, there are dozens of avenues. You meet competent and competitive students, and that company brings out a lot of good things from within you. Equally, there is the discipline of the classroom, of the examinations, of the assessment system, and so you are kept on your toes, right? And plus, most students, in India at least, get to be away from their homes only when they enter an institution of higher learning, typically professional learning. So there is the newly found freedom, and you have mates of your age group, and you can mingle and you can travel. You cannot do that very frequently, obviously, but maybe once or twice a semester you can go out to some other city and you can go to the hills, or if you have graduated to the third or fourth year, there could be a bikers group or something. I'm not saying that you're going to do every week or every weekend, but those things do happen, and they are immensely enriching adventures. I mean, just the fact, where else will you get to enjoy so many sporting facilities almost free of cost later on after you graduate? If you want those same facilities, you will have to take a club membership, and that costs a fortune, especially to someone who has just started his professional career. And here you would be having a huge library, and that library has all kinds of sections, right? And so campus is most definitely a great place to spend 4 years or 6 years, even 8 years if you are a medical student. Then there is also the thing that you get to socialize with a very decent and filtered and, may I say, elite crowd. And when it comes to socializing in your age group, there is also the fact that there are boys, there are girls, and you meet each other for the first time. So there is that added dimension to the excitement. I do not see how somebody can get depressed after landing on the campus. What do you have? 14 hours of classes daily, or what? There is the movie club, there is the dance club, there is the dramatics club, and debating, and so much else, and college fests, and you can take leadership roles. There is so much opportunity for developing yourself. It beats me how all this can be depressing or frustrating to someone. Even the labs, you see, I understand there is the pressure of performance and marks, but the foundry or the sheet metal lab, they are exciting places as well, are they not?
Yes, sir, they are.
So, what makes someone depressed? I'm interested.
Sir, what I think it is all about the perception. They are not actually seeing the things which they are getting, but they are demanding for something more, which is practically not possible. Like a tree cannot have all the fruits.
What are they demanding?
They are demanding like completely out of stress. Like basically they don't want to study. The three idiots type that no theoretical knowledge, only the practical knowledge, that kind of things.
Then you need to take admission in some kind of loafers club or something. Why come to an engineering college?
Yes, sir.
And I concur. If there are movies that equate engineering colleges with fun clubs, then this is what the result will be. An entire generation of youngsters will opt for engineering thinking that the place will be simply a laughter club or chill out with the friends, hang out with girls, that kind of opportunity, and that's not going to materialize, and then there will be frustration. Engineering colleges, management colleges, all kinds of places, whether you are talking of professional education or education in humanities, they are all great places to be in. I think being in a college campus, especially as a hosteler, is the best part of your youth. It really builds you up. So we had the BRCA in IIT Delhi, Board of Recreational and Cultural Activities, and our professor, when we were being oriented in the first semester itself, he said, you enter the BRCA as a child and you walk out as a man. That's what the campus does to you. It transforms, it metamorphizes the child into the man, the caterpillar into the butterfly. But obviously not in the way pop fiction or pop movies demonstrate, right? So one has to have some maturity to understand that fiction is fiction. Fiction does not even attempt to be loyal to the truth. Its primary allegiance is towards worldly success, the revenue it rakes in, the weekend collections. So let's not take all that too seriously.
Yes, sir.